organizing there. So it's a good idea, but I think we're all here realistic that we don't know what's going to happen. I guess I'm curious to hear too from Good Jobs LA about if you guys are going to be able to mobilize for it. It's a very tricky situation because also inside the IOWU, their official position is that they cannot officially support this action, but that they won't cross a picket line. So my suggestion is, I guess, that we need to put as many of us as possible to support the action that you're or to support the outreach efforts that is being talked about.
No pueden apoyar legalmente, pero si hay suficientes personas no van a poder cruzar y no van a poder trabajar.
And then just lastly also is that if we get the sense that we're not sure what the port truck drivers are going to do, that we just focus on the Goldman Sachs terminal, the one terminal as activists, if you know, and then whatever happens past that is beyond our control anyway. So maybe we can focus on the Goldman Sachs terminal, and then beyond that is kind of up to the truck drivers as to whether they're going to really take it up and make it happen.
Y nosotros podemos nomás enfocarnos en determinar que está el dueño del banco Goldman Sachs para no interferir mucho con el puerto si es necesario.
And maybe someone wants to speak for Good Jobs. I don't know if you guys know yet what you're going to be able to do.
Ella quiere saber cuántas personas queremos movilizar. The last time that we had talked, it was about 2,000 people we thought we could get out there. So unless, you know, I think our local leaders are getting nervous, but, you know, if we can work through that nervousness, then that'll stay true, and we'll keep coming to these meetings and covering your updates. Le digo que nuestros líderes estamos nerviosos de lo que del puerto porque no es nuestra necesidad de organizar. Pero la última vez íbamos a movilizar 2,000 personas.
Can anyone speak to exactly what we're going to do to outreach for truck drivers, Tony or somebody?
Well, Michael and Ernie were planning to mobilize people this week. Right?
Yeah, so Ernie Navarez is somebody who does the Port of Aztlán Yahoo group and is in contact with a lot of drivers, was involved in 2 of the previous shutdowns. I'm going to meet with him tomorrow morning, and I think we're going to have 1 or 2 other people came with me, and probably the next couple of days to circulate flyers at various spots, truck stops and other places he knows to begin to have a face-to-face dialogue. I've also been in touch with Jim DeMott, who's this lawyer. He has his problems, but he's been working. I've known him for many, many years. And,
Hello,
he's been working with truck drivers, particularly the ones who are in sort of the PDAs. Jim DeMott is an attorney who has been working for many years with the truck drivers who are in the PDAs, Professional Drivers Association. He says that after meeting with them for a while, they've said that they would like him to help them organize a sort of truckers combine, like their own trucking company. So they're not currently interested in this action. In his assessment, they've moved to the right. But we both agree that that might change depending on what other truck drivers are doing and what the sentiment in the community is, what's happening around December 12th as the Day of Migrant Rights. So that's still an open question. The Port of Aztlán, as Ernie says, also depends on how people take it up. He is not a truck driver himself, but he's somebody who knows many influential people over a long period of time, and he's going to take it out to them and see. So we're going to continue with that. We've also, Mark and I and Javier Rodriguez from the December 12th Coalition went down to Wilmington last week and met with a few drivers and also with a group of young people down there who are doing a trying to teach-in about Occupy Wall Street. There is where Ernie lives is a housing development that is actually owned by Goldman Sachs, and they're trying to evict his daughter, who's developmentally disabled, and about 20 other tenants. They have a tenants association, and he's trying, they will be mobilizing also in Harbor City around this.
So it's Mark, that gentleman right there, and then.
I'm glad you mentioned the last point because that's what I want to transition into. Ernie, who is organizing these drivers, is also organizing the Harbor City tenants. And he's put out a suggestion to bring some of the tenants out to the bridges, to block the bridges there in solidarity with this. However, he's proposing to do this on December 9th as a precursor to December 12th. And I asked him to hold off on that until we can have that discussion. I would like, if anyone here is familiar with his suggestion to bring tenants out on December 9th, to speak in favor of it, because I personally am opposed to this, and I'll step out of that conversation, but I'd like other people to discuss it, because I think we need to discuss whether we're going to support a group coming out before our action, or ask them to wait for 3 days and to come out with us so we have more people on the day of action. And I'll throw that out there for conversation.
I just wanted to know if Siemens International Union or Masters Basin Pilots have been involved at all, and if they're players. I can outreach them. If
Please
it's
do.
necessary.
Yeah, please, if you have contacts, exercise them. But I think we want to have a discussion a little bit later about organized outreach to unions, community groups, campuses, et cetera, et cetera.
My question, you said you guys met with some of the truck drivers in Wilmington?
Well, in Wilmington, we met with 2 or 3 truck drivers.
What kind of feel did you get from them?
They were just kind of taking it in. Nobody's making any commitment.
Right. Okay.
I just want to ask about what kind of time are we talking about? Are we talking about 10 o'clock in the morning?
6 a.m.
Afternoon?
6 a.m. so that those offshore workers don't have to cross.
The topic we were on, right, was whether we want to have the press release, or was that passed?
One of the things that was put out.
Okay.
Well, Facilitator, I would propose that we discuss the press release at the end once we kind of know what the message is that we want to put out. And we already have our statement that we passed through the GA. So, but maybe let's talk about getting all on the same page first, and then press release after that, so we're all on the same